guys, it's Mari. Today I'm going to be proposing my inventory list to start my wrestling team here on a collegiate level. So I'll show you guys here. And basically what this list consists of, as you guys can see, is the basic equipment and supplies needed in order to get a collegiate wrestling team started. So at the top of the list, as you guys saw in the spreadsheet, it starts off immediately with the uniforms. Of course, every collegiate team needs to be uniform and correct. So if you notice, there's a home uniform and an away uniform for when we wrestle at home and for when we wrestle away. But usually in collegiate wrestling, the singlets purchased are purchased by the wrestlers themselves. So in inventory on the list, as you can see, there's a price that is included only for one uniform per size, except for the size small, which has two, and that's simply to show what the uniforms would look like in home and away. Of course, you'd want to purchase the smallest uniform possible for the cheaper price, just to show what the uniforms look like. Simply for the athletes to try on and see how the singlets run in order to purchase their own when they're ordering their own uniform. As we work down the list, it goes down into equipment needed on the day-to-day basis, whether it be for actual wrestling matches or whether it be for practice, and it goes into the things needed to run a match or a practice, starting off with, of course, a mat. That is listed there in the spreadsheet. It's listed in order based on pricing, so the pricing is a little off. So the order I'm speaking in is a little off from the spreadsheet, but I'm going in order, like with the basics of generating a wrestling team. So, of course, the pricing of a mat, there's two mats included on my list here. And these mats are simply used for practice purposes. As when you start a wrestling team, these type of mats aren't collegiate size mats. They're used, like I said, simply to practice on singly. But if you combine them together, they do form a collegiate size mat. So of course we'll have one total mat that can be used for the collegiate wrestling. Moving on the list, I have water bottles, which of course every sport needs hydration, whether it be in practice or during a match, as well as Gatorade powder mix that'll be used only for match days, not during practice. During practice, of course, typically water is provided. As far as sporting goes, you typically don't get Gatorade unless it is an actual game day. So I have Gatorade on the list, as well as the headgear, the knee gear, and headgear, knee gear, and benches. Benches are big. A lot of collegiate teams often use separate benches and like share benches, but through experience, I learned that when you purchase your own benches, that it's sort of like a team unity type thing. You're not going out to look at the bench that we're going to sit on as a team. So definitely purchasing benches for the team itself, it's a good investment. And knee wraps, headgear. If you look, you can see that there is small, medium, and large in the knee wraps with two sets. Um, two sets, like two pairs, like two in each, that'll be used on practice days, and it'll be an efficient amount on days of actually the wrestling matches, simply because during practice the same weight class smalls, like typically the same weight class will run with the same type of knee wrap. So if I have one match going on, there's only two people who can be wrestling at one time. So two pairs of knee wraps is efficient in each size, whether we want to wrestle a smaller weight class or wrestling a larger weight class, those knee wraps will be available. Also, when you look just now, there was headgear. The regular headgear that runs at regular cost, I ordered 6 simply because when you're on deck waiting to wrestle, you're in full attire. When you're in the pit to wrestle, when your match is next, you want to be in full headgear. 6, so that means we can have 3 matches ready to line up. And those are the regular headpieces. I only ordered 3 of the unrestrained headpieces because they're not a typical wrestling headpiece, but it is something that can be used, but they're a little more expensive, but I do want to make them available to my team. And these are the simple things that need to be get started on a wrestling team. I feel that they're all very, very important. If you check the spreadsheet that I showed earlier in the video, it looks like a lot of money, but with collegiate sports, when you charge to get in games, we definitely can make that back, definitely through marketing for our matches. So thank you.